Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. So in this video, we're just going to discuss Leetcode problem of the day, and today's problem is minimum amount of time to collect garbage, and it is a medium level problem. So the problem is itself like very straightforward, and it's just an implementation problem. There is nothing much in this particular problem. They say that there are three types of garbage, that is metal, paper and glass, right? And the truck takes exactly 1 units of time to pick 1 unit of garbage, right? And it also says that each truck, there are three types of trucks, and each truck will only pick one type of garbage, right? So the truck 1 will pick only metal, truck 2 will pick only paper, and truck 3 will pick only glass, right? And we have also been given this travel array. So it says that if travel of 0 is equals to 2, that means to go from house 0 to house 1, it takes 2 amount of time, 2 units of time. If travel of 1 is equals to 4, that means to go from house 1 to house 2, it takes 4 units of time, right? Now at each time they have also said that only one garbage truck can be used. While one truck is driving or picking up garbage, the other trucks cannot do anything, right? So this has just reduced to a simple problem of implementation. Let me just explain you how. So the first house has one glass, the second house has one paper, the third house has glass and paper, and the fourth house has glass and glass, right? Now the travel time is 2, 4 and 3. So from here to here it takes 2 amount of time, from here to here it takes 4 amount of time, from here to here it takes 3 amount of time. So there will be three trucks, three different trucks, glass, paper and metal. Since there is no metal here, let us not talk about this particular truck. Now I need to find out for this particular truck what is the maximum distance this truck has to go. And how can I find it? What is the last position of paper in this particular array? So it is at index 2, right? That means this paper truck will have to go till index 2. What is the cost of going till index 2? That will be given to me by this particular array. So from 0 to 1 it is going to be 2, from 1 to 2 it is going to be 4. So the total cost is 6, right? Now to make it even simpler, I am just going to calculate the prefix sum of this particular array. Now it is going to be 2, then 6 and then 9. So what does this denote now? This is the prefix sum of the travel array. If I want to go to a house X, my total time used in traveling will be equals to this prefix sum array at x minus 1. So if I want to go to house 1, the time value is 2. If I want to go to house 2, the time value is 6. If I want to go to house 3, the time value will be equal to 9. And if I want to go to house 0, that means x minus 1 will not exist because it is going to be minus 1. And the answer for position 0 will be 0 itself because we are currently standing at house 0. So apart from 0, for any other house, the time will be equal to x minus 1. So for each glass, paper and metal trucks, we can find out what is the time taken by that particular truck in traveling, right? So how can we find it? We're just going to find the last position of each of these elements and accordingly find the total time in traveling. Now once we have found this time in traveling, we can easily find out what will be the total time taken in collecting garbages by just counting the frequencies of all of them, right? So that will be equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So there are 6 elements, so it will take 6 amount of time. For the paper truck to travel, it is going to take 6 amounts of time. For the glass truck to travel, it is going to take 9 amounts of time, right? So this is 12 plus 9, that is equals to 21, right? And that is the answer also, right? So this is how you can just easily solve this problem. And let me show you my summations. So if we go to this particular summation, you will see how I have solved this. I have taken n to be the size of the garbage vector and I have taken 3 variables mpg, right? Although you don't require these 3 variables mpg separately, I just realized that you can just also make them into one variable, right? And I have also created 3 variables storing the last position of each of these trucks, right? Now what I'm essentially going to do here is I'm just going to do the prefix sum of this travel vector. And also instead of storing the prefix sum and instead of storing the last position, you could have just also added it one by one. So for example, I see glass here, right? and I see that I also have to go to this particular position. I can keep track of what was the last position I took, that was position 0, and I can keep track of what is my current position, that is position 2. So I can add the difference each time, but this would just add a little more complexity to the implementation. That is why I took this particular approach, where I am calculating the prefix sum so that I can try to calculate the total time taken in traveling in just one moment, right? So now I'm just traversing through the array, and for each element I'm just calculating these three values, that is dm, dp and dg. So change in m, change in p, change in g, this is what they are representing, right? And if I encounter each element, I increment them by 1. This is very simple. Now I am adding these values to the mpg variables, which are storing the total number of metal, paper and glass pieces respectively. So if each of these values is greater than 0, I'm just going to update their last index as the current index, otherwise I'd leave them unchanged, right? So this is what I am doing here. So after this loop has been completed, what I'll have is, I'll have the values of total number of metals, paper and glass in these three variables mpg respectively, and I'll also have their last positions in last time, last p and last g respectively. So if last time is greater than 0, I'm just going to add travel of last time minus 1. Similarly for last P and last G as well, right? So this is how I can, this is calculating their time in picking up the garbage. This is calculating the time in traveling from one house to another. And at the end, I can just return my answer variable. So this would be the solution of this particular problem. I hope that you guys were able to understand the solution. If you guys did, then consider dropping a like on this video, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments, because your engagement with this video really helps the YouTube algorithm to understand that this video was actually helpful for you, and it will be able to reach much more people like you who want to keep solving new problems. So that is it for today. Till the next video drops, keep coding, stay safe, bye bye.